So I wanted to talk real quick about this Faber-Castell e-emotion pen. It's a 1.4 millimeter propelling pencil. Just real quick, it came in this really nice presentation box. I'll do a quick turn over of that so you can see it. Basically, the sleeve then extends out this way, and then there's a nice box that's housed in. And you have a little, like, I guess it looks like leather or faux leather tab, and you just kind of pull it out, and then the pencil's right there. There was some additional pieces of information that came with the pencil. I don't know if I can grab them real quick. Right here. It's a small booklet. It just kind of gives you an instruction manual. I'll let you look at that. Numerous different languages. That's actually the pencil right there. And I guess it's kind of like, you know, for all the other options that this pencil comes in. So anyways, it is kind of unique in the sense that it is a propelling pencil, and also the size of the lead. The lead size is 1.4 millimeter. So for some people, it might be a little on the large side. But, you know, I've been using it for a while now, and I don't really find it. So I find it very comfortable to write with. If you're used to writing with wood pencils, you know, and maybe not necessarily, you know, a super sharp tip, it's not so bad. It does have like the chrome fittings, which actually do show a lot of fingerprints. And then the clip is spring loaded. One thing I think is nice about the spring clip is that it does have these like little bit of grooves in here, so they do catch on, if you can kind of see that, they do kind of catch your shirt. So that's a positive and a negative. If you're the kind of person that grabs your pencil or grabs your writing instrument and just pulls it out of your pocket, well, it drags on the shirt a lot, and I could see where it could wear it out a little bit over time. Pretty much you have to pull the clip to release it from your shirt. The good thing about that is if you're you know in a situation where you're working and you're bending over a lot, you know it's not going to fall out of your pocket. And that's something I've had a lot happen with a lot of my pens and pencils at work. You know, I'll be doing something and it just kind of just falls out because it's just not that secure to the pocket. So, you know, this pencil runs $65 on Amazon. The all black version's about $115. And, you know, for that money, you know, you would think that it would be, you know, the build quality would be just exceptional on it. I will say the outside of it, the way it looks from the outside, it looks like a really nice pen or pencil. I have no real qualms with it, you know, with the way it's, you know, looks on the outside. The wood's nice looking, the chrome's nice looking. It has a nice weight to it. It's well balanced. It writes really well. It fits nice in my hand. If you have a smaller hand, maybe it wouldn't, but I think it fits really nice. I think it would make a really great artisan pen for someone who wants to use it for sketching or drawing. And I'll get to the lead in a minute, but I mean, the lead's perfect for that. But if you look at the way it's made, the internals are plastic. And so is the holder for the eraser. And the eraser is completely, you know, you can refill it. It's not very snug, which I find kind of interesting, but I mean, it's not a big deal, but it's just not very snug. But it's plastic, and I just think, like, you know, for the money, it should really be probably metal, you know, or brass or something. This kind of mechanism, just so you know, works by you just turn the cap here, and as you turn it, the lead will extend. You just keep on extending it. Until the lid will come out. There's a little plunger in there that'll push it the rest of the way out. And then if you want to refill it, it's exactly the same way. What you do is is take the lead and you push it into the head of it, and then you just retract it and it'll go inside. What I find is when you put the cap back on it, or this part here back on it, you screw it out. Sometimes you kind of give it a little bit of press so it'll be completely seated. But now it's in there. So back to another flaw I find with this pencil is if you do use the eraser, you're pretty much stuck with using it completely vertical. So you want to be erasing like that, because if you erase on its side, it extends the lead. So you can see that. And I don't know, I never think of like erasing like that. I always erase, I always erase like that, and the lead's always coming out. I never think about erasing like that. That's probably just the way this kind of pencil is designed. I don't think there's any way around that, because this is literally what turns the lead out, is this little part that houses the eraser. So as far as the lead's concerned, it is proprietary. It's 1.4 millimeter, and you can only get it from Faber-Castell. No other lead will work in this. So if you buy a 1.3 millimeter, it just won't work. I have some 1.3 here. I could actually try it and show you, but it won't work. But just so you can see, the line that it makes is a really nice dark line. So this is 1.4 millimeter MB. So I think that's pretty nice. And I'll say the lead is very, very smooth. Very smooth. So if you want to compare it, let's say like this auto point, this is a 9 millimeter, 0.9, so 0.9 millimeter. This is also BU lead. And probably something a little bit more common again, maybe 7 millimeter, 0.7 millimeter. So it kind of gives you an idea of what the line width looks like. It's not that bad, I think, as far as the way, as people thinking it's just too thick to use. I don't really find it to be the case. So, as far as the lead's concerned, I think it's, it's a good option for people who might want to use it for sketching or drawing or just general writing. That was another thing I was going to show you too. It does carry extra lead, and you can carry quite a bit, and this stuff is going to last for a long time. But you could probably at least carry 4 pieces. You might be able to get more. Unfortunately, I only got 1 extra lead piece with this for some reason. So, but it houses right there on the side, and there's definitely enough room for 4 pieces of lead total. To compare it with something a lot cheaper, like this Pentel Carry, as far as the construction concerned, this is only like $10. I mean, I paid $10 on Amazon right now. You can get it for about that, or $11. But if you look at it, it has a really nice solid brass fitting and clutch. So like even the clutch is brass. That's only $10. So I just think like they could have given you at least some sort of metal fitting to house it, to make it just a little bit nicer, considering that it's $65. Just seems like a lot of money for something that basically has beautiful external fittings, but the internals are just plastic. Do I think it's gonna be a problem in the long run? I really don't know. I mean, I'll leave that up to other people. I've not heard any complaints, but at the same time, the pencil is rather, not very many people own it, and if they do, there's not very many people talking about it. So it's hard to say, how long it'll last or keep working. But I'm not going to say it's not good because of the plastic. I just think that for the money that you spent, $65, if you spent $125 for it or $115, the internals should be, kind of matching the price tag of the pencil. Would I recommend it? I'd say yes, and part of the reason why is because it is unique. It's propelling, so there's not many modern pencils left out there that have propelling mechanisms. The lead size 1.4 is unique, and even though you're stuck with Faber-Castell's pencil lead, which I believe you can get a B and an HB, I think, or maybe no, I think maybe there's only a B lead available for it. It's a very nice lead. It's very smooth, and it's as good as anything I've ever written with. I think it's a very nice pencil. Like, also, the size really does fit nicely in my hand, and also I will have to say it's well balanced. It feels very comfortable to write with for long periods of time, and I do like the clip. It's very secure in my pocket. So for those reasons, I guess I would say it would be a good pencil to have. I just wish that for the price tag that it would have had better internals, and I know the Faber-Castell name, they're trying to protect their quality or whatever as far as their name's concerned. But I think it should be, sold for a lot less. Maybe, it's hard to say, but let's say $30 or something like that would be a much easier thing to swallow than $65 for a pencil that most of all the internals are just plastic. So anyways, feel free to comment if you have any questions about it, or maybe any other insights about why they would use plastic. I know some people might say, well, it's because of the mechanism and its ability to hold the lead, but if you look at like some older pencils like Yarda lead, they use a very similar mechanism, and it's all metal. Those are very luxurious pencils. Where like if you bought this Faber-Castell in all black, it's $115 on Amazon. Yarda lead, they're $300. So I mean, you're obviously paying a lot more, but those materials are made out of silver. If the same pencil was made out of something else, I could see where it would be using nicer internals. And when you can look at it like a Pentel, and you got brass and metal inside, for $10, you got to ask Faber-Castell, why did they choose to use all plastic inside? I guess it's enough of me harping on this, but like I said, feel free to leave a comment or any questions below. I appreciate you watching. Thanks.